Welcome to the CAD-CAM University. In this lesson 7, I'll show you all the different ways of going about simulating your part. So just a recap, we face milled up our part, we profiled it, the outside, we profiled our grooves through the center, we pocketed out the center, as well as drilling, as well as doing our slots. So a couple of different ways of going and seeing that. What we can do first, let me get our part orientated correctly here, is I can hit the little checkbox over here, and this will show you a wireframe of what's going on. So we can do that and show you guys exactly what's going on there. Now, as you guys were probably seeing in previous videos or the previous lessons, we can do the simulate inside here. So we have multiple different ways of doing our CAD-CAM simulation. The two that I used most commonly is going to be CAD and SolidVerify. CAD is going to show a wireframe of what's going on. So let's go ahead, we'll slow this down, and we'll go ahead and play that through. And we can see a wireframe of what's going on in there. Now, if you didn't want to see the tool, we could turn off our tool. So you just see the initial tool path going through, as well as you can turn on a SolidVerify within the CAD itself. So let's go ahead and play that through, and you can kind of see our stock versus our target model right there. Now right here, this will show you the data of our cycle times, X, Y, Z locations, as well as feed rate and spindle RPM, as well as tool compensation. So this covers majority of the CAD, and like I said, we can play this through here, and it'll show a wireframe as well as our 3D tool. But my next go-to is our SolidVerify. Now inside the SolidVerify is pretty much what you're going to see on the machine. So if I go ahead and play this through here, we can see, if I just stop it right there, that we're taking off that material, stepping it through, and it's completely done doing that particular part. So in the SolidVerify, you can turn on color. So if I turn this off, if I turn off my color here, when we go ahead and play this through, everything will just show up as gray. Or we can turn our color on, and this will represent the tool color that we have chosen. So if we play this through again, we'll see that we have a nice color in there. Personally, I like to do the color, but completely up to you guys. Now, as well as in the SolidVerify, and I have shown this in the previous lessons, is our stock target comparison. What this will do is tell us if we have any excess material left over. So now that we played that face mill operation, we can go ahead and execute this. And let's go ahead and do a top view down here. And I can see that with that face mill operation, we have taken it down right up to size. So what it is showing us is our red would be gouging, yellow and orange and a little bit of light green is pretty much up to size. And then anything over 0.25 millimeters will show up as dark blue for us. So you can see we still have multiple operations that need to go through. Now, while you're inside the SolidVerify as well as the CAD, you can jump through to each one of your operations. So let's say I would like to play my profile next. I can just click on the profile and hit the play button, and it will show that operation being done right there. Now we can speed up our simulation speed. And like I said before, we can come in there and just to verify that we're all the way up to size. So we have yellow. See if I can spin this around for you at the same time. But you can see that I have yellow going all the way around, but I still have some areas that need to be cleaned up. So another way of kind of going about and simulating everything is you can go through and pick which ones you would like to see. So maybe I would like to do my face mill, and I'm just hitting the control key. So maybe these three operations. Once they're highlighted, you can right click and do simulate, and it will simulate just those three operations for you. Okay. So now, another way of going about it is we have a simulate button at the top. Now what this will do is it will simulate all of the operations together. So I'll go ahead and go back to my solid verify here. And now we can see it. And you can see it's gray over here on which operation it's particularly doing right now. So now once I've completely done with this entire part program on it, I can come in here and just do a quick double check to make sure I have no leftover material, or make sure I'm not gouging the part in any way. So looking at different angles here, looks like we're good to go. Yep. So we can go ahead and accept that. Now, like I said, there's multiple different ways to hop into the simulation. One, you can just click the simulate up here. Two is you can right click on the operation and do a simulate. You can also right click on operations and this will simulate everything for you, as well as you can go through and highlight the ones you would like to see and simulate that way. And then lastly, you can simulate right inside each operation dialog, which by clicking this button right here. So those are the multiple different ways to simulate the toolpath that you guys have, or the operations that you have created. Stay tuned for lesson 8 to show you guys how to generate the G-code.